Hello everyone, this is Nitpicking Nerd, and today I will do my best to try to explain all the travel routes they took in Season 3 of Star Trek Picard and how long it took. So I put everything on this map in the best possible way, the most logical I can to try to make sense of it. So I put all the main locations and I'll be drawing the routes they took throughout the season. So first we see Picard on Earth getting a transmission from Beverly, who was hiding in that nebula. And Picard called Riker, who was on his planet of Nepenthe. It should be somewhere close since Riker got from there to Earth pretty quickly. And I put that planet close to the former Romulan Empire because of the events of Season 1. And also to better explain later on how the Shrike was able to quickly kidnap Troy before also kidnapping Riker, so I'll get to that later. So we know that Picard and Riker took the Titan to the Rhyton system where that nebula is. And let's say it took about 9 hours to get there because Shaw went to sleep, and when he woke up they were already there. And then they got stuck in that nebula for 4 episodes, and somewhere close by there is Deep Space 11 because that was also mentioned when they first talked with Shaw. And after they escape that nebula they go back to Federation space. And a short while later Riker specifically mentions that they're on the edge of the Alpha Quadrant and stopped to make repairs. That means they must have went somewhere here. So let's say they took this route and stopped somewhere here for repairs. Meanwhile, Raffi and Worf are on Matales Prime, which I put right outside Federation space since we do see a recruitment center on that planet, and yet it doesn't seem to be a member of the Federation, so it must be somewhere close to the Federation yet outside of it, because of all the criminal activities there, so I put it somewhere close to the Ferengi Alliance, since this whole region seems to be the most ripe for criminal activities. And somewhere here the Titan met up with Rose's ship and then continued running away. And then Worf and Raffi went to meet them. So let's say they met somewhere here. This is the rendezvous point. Another reason I chose to put Matales Prime here is to make it as far as possible from the Klingon Empire to explain away how come Worf never called for any help from the Klingons. And so it's simply too far away to be relevant. So after they all meet up, they go together to the Daystrom station to figure out what the changelings stole from there. And after they put the away team on the station, they go to the Fleet Museum, which must be really close by since apparently it took them less than an hour to go there and get back. And after they came back to Daystrom, they escaped from Starfleet using a cloaking device that they borrowed from the Klingon ship at the museum. And they go all the way to the Chintoka system, which is outside of Federation space, close to where the Cardassian Empire used to be. So this is the Chintoka system with the graveyard of starships, which they use to hide better, I guess. Meanwhile, we know that the Shrike went from here to Riker's planet, and then went to Daystrom where they also got Riker, and then they also went to the Chintoka system, where they had their final confrontation and the Shrike was destroyed. And after they discovered Jack's Red Door secret, they planned to take him to Vulcan. So let's say they were already on the route to Vulcan before Picard went to talk with Jack to tell him what Troy saw in his mind. And that it was somewhere in the middle of this route that Jack escaped on a shuttle and went to find the Borg, which turned out to be hiding inside Jupiter in the solar system. And even though the Titan didn't know that he went there, they also decided to go to the solar system to try to warn Starfleet from the Borg, only to see all of Starfleet getting taken over. And then they went back again to the Fleet Museum, which must be really close by, since they only asked Geordi where he's taking them after they arrived there, so it must have been a really short trip. And there they took the Enterprise D from the museum and took it back to the Sol system, so it must have been a really short trip since Earth was not yet destroyed by the assimilated fleet. And that's why I put the museum really close by. And the reason that Jack was able to get to Jupiter so quickly was probably because the Titan was already en route to Vulcan, and they were halfway there close to the Sol system when he went off on a shuttle. And the fact that this whole season took place in just a few days is kind of strange, since in the Deep Space Nine episode Valiant it was stated that it will take a month to circumvent the entire Federation, and yet here they do it in just a few days. I guess maybe engines improved greatly since that time. Maybe both the Titan and the Shrike have really fast engines. Even the shuttles have really fast engines apparently. So obviously all of this is a really rough drawing and it's all in 2D. Obviously in real space it would all be 3-dimensional, so it wouldn't be as simplistic as I showed. But this was all kind of a quick summary of this entire season. So let me know what you think and we can discuss all of this in the comments below. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.